I've been training for over 3 years now with both weightlifting and calisthenics. But I didn't start off in a gym. My fitness journey, like most people, it started off at home. I was doing home workouts, and to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing at all. I made a ton of mistakes because of it, which held me back from building muscle and getting stronger. So that is why in this video, I'm going down the 5 mistakes people make when training at home so you don't have to make the same mistakes as I did and waste your time. The first mistake people make when training at home is by not training with enough intensity. And I'm here to tell you this. It really doesn't matter if you're training at home or you're doing home workouts because you need to be training with intensity in order to get bigger and stronger. It doesn't matter if you're in the gym doing weightlifting or you're doing body weight exercises at home, you need intensity. And how can you train with more intensity at home, you might be thinking? Well, you can simply do two things. The first thing is by training with progressive overload. And training with progressive overload is by simply making the workouts harder every single time. Let's say that you did today 10 reps of push ups. Pretty good. So, how about the next workout? You aim to do 11 reps of push ups. And the next workout, aim to do 12 reps. And simply adding in this sort of overload. By doing progressive overload, you're signaling to your body that you need it to get bigger and stronger because it sees that, okay, we're going under a lot of stress right now and it's actually really hard and breaking down the muscle fibers. Then we need to get bigger and stronger in order to prevent our muscles to keep getting damaged. And that is a good thing. And you need to be focusing on progressive overload. So every workout, aim to do one more rep, aim to do two more reps. Try to add in progressive overload every single workout. And it's perfectly fine if some days you really just can't do more reps. You just stick at the same rep range. Or if anything, some workouts, you might be doing less reps. As long as that doesn't continue, then it is perfectly fine. Another way to add in more intensity to your home workouts is by either adding in some weight or by doing a harder variation. If you want to add in weight, then that is perfectly fine. And the way to do it at home, if you don't have any sort of plates or dumbbells or any sort of weight, you can literally use anything and just get a backpack, put it on, put some things in, and do your exercises with that. And that will add some resistance. But most of you probably don't want to be doing this. And instead, you just want to train with no equipment. And for that reason, you should be doing harder variations. A lot of people, they actually say that, oh yeah, body weight exercises like push-ups, squats, like those are like easy stuff. I can do so many reps of this. That's great if you can actually do over 100 push-ups, you can do 50 pull-ups in a row. That's all great. And you shouldn't be working out like this if you really want to optimize your muscle growth and your strength. You should be doing a harder variation of the exercise. And I'm here to tell you this, that if you can do over 20 reps of any sort of body weight exercise, then you need to be doing a harder variation. So let's say that you can do 20 push-ups. 20 push-ups, that's pretty good, right? But if you really want to optimize your muscle growth and your strength, then you need to be doing a harder variation. So if push-ups are too easy for you, then try to do a harder variation of the push-up. And that can be doing decline push-ups, that can be planche push-ups, and that can be doing archer push-ups. There are so many variations, and that is what is great about training at home and doing body weight exercises. Because if a variation of some sort of exercise is too hard for you, then you can be doing easier variations. If it's too easy for you, then do a harder variation. it is very easy to quick and swap. The second mistake people make when training at home, it's by skipping leg day. I thought it was a joke and a meme in the gym community a few years ago that skipping legs is like this normal thing.
Makes me wonder what else I don't know.
Do you know you're supposed to work out your lower body too?
But apparently, there's actually people who genuinely just skip leg day. They know that they have leg day that day and they just skip it for a different workout. And I know that you're skipping legs as well, because training your legs at home is a bit more trickier than training your legs in a standard gym. Because in a gym, you have weights and you have machines, but at home, you pretty much have nothing. But you can still build well built and athletic legs at home. And there are certain exercises which you can do to be training your legs at home, such as squats, like doing the normal body weight squats. If those are too easy, you can opt for harder variations, such as a single leg squat or the pistol squat, or you can be doing jump squats to even improve your explosiveness. You can be doing Bulgarian split squats, you can be doing alternating lunges, and etc. There are actually a lot of leg exercises which you can do with your own body weight. And as I said in the first mistake, you can be doing harder variations. If normal bodyweight squats are too easy for you, then opt for a harder variation or add in some weight. And you have no excuses whatsoever to be skipping legs, especially when training at home, because nobody likes a guy with chicken legs. The third mistake people make when training at home, it's by doing bad form. It doesn't matter if you're in a gym or not, you should be prioritizing your form. And I know I said in my first mistake that you should be training with intensity and you should really be pushing yourself, but that doesn't mean that you should be doing exercises with bad form. If you want to do an exercise, but you are doing below 6 reps and you're doing very low reps and your form is just bad and you're just shaking and you feel like you're going to crack something, then you need to do easier exercises and build it up. Once you get comfortable with doing a certain exercise and you can do it for over 20 reps, then opt for a harder variation. And always be focusing on your form. Because if you're not focusing on your form, you can actually get injured and be cut out of training altogether because you got an injury. And because of it, you can't train, you can't build muscle, you can't get stronger. Another thing you can do to prevent injuries when training at home or even training at the gym, it's before working out, just do a simple warm up. People just neglect warm ups, especially if you're doing body weight exercises. You can still warm up your joints and your muscles. All it takes is just some simple wrist turns, some arm circles, some basic movements, and dynamic stretching, and just moving your body around, getting your joints loose, getting your muscles loose, and you will even be stronger and perform better when training those exercises, and you will prevent injuries at the same time. The fourth mistake people make when training at home, it's not having a plan, not having any sort of structured routine to be following. Same goes for people who are in the gym. You sometimes just come in, or you know that, oh yeah, I should work out today, but I don't know what muscles to train today. I don't know what to train. Should I do chest? Should I do back? Should I do legs? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to skip a day today. That's what happens when you don't have a structured routine at all. You just don't know what to train that day. And honestly, you're more likely to just be skipping days because you don't have a structured routine. You don't know what you're going to be doing or not. But don't worry. I've made an ebook, link in the description, which consists of 2 home workout routines, one for beginners and one for intermediates. If you are a beginner to doing home workouts and exercising, then I have a simple home workout routine linked in my ebook, which you can do. And I promise you, by following the home workout routine, which I have made in the ebook, you will get bigger and you will get stronger, strong enough to do harder routines and to do harder exercises. I've listed the best exercises to be doing at home in my ebook, and I've also wrote down easier variations for each exercise. So if you can't perform an exercise, you have easier variations which you can do. Alongside with that, if you just don't know how to do the exercise, I've even wrote down how to perform each exercise and showed you how to perform it so you can perform safely and effectively and get the most gains out of it. So check out the ebook, link in the description, and let's get back to the video. The 5th mistake people make when training at home, it's by staying inconsistent. And that kind of goes along with the 4th mistake. If you don't have a structured routine, then you won't be staying consistent. And if you don't have a routine or a structure, it's very easy to be skipping days. And to be honest, all of us, including me and everybody else, has those days when you don't feel like training. You don't want to train, you don't want to show up, you don't even want to exercise or work out. Maybe you're tired from school or work, and you really just can't be bothered with another training session or a workout. And that happens to all of us, but you need to push through. And I've found out a simple way in order to prevent your procrastination and to actually stay consistent with your workouts. If you really don't feel like working out and exercising that day, just do the show up method. It's basically just get down and start doing your exercises and just go along with the flow. Just go with it. Play some music. Do something which would appeal to you. And actually, the first step which you take is actually the hardest step. It's actually way harder for some people to actually get their things, get ready, and go to the gym. But once they're in the gym, they actually feel good. And they feel like, okay, I can do a few exercises today. The same thing goes along with your home workouts. Just start off doing some exercises. You can be doing them with a friend or anybody and have some people around you, which that can help as well. Or just play some music, make it enjoyable, and start doing your exercises, and you will be good. It's perfectly fine to some days just do half of the routine that you wanted to do. That is way better than for you to be skipping your workouts entirely. It's better to do something than nothing. And I'm here to tell you this. If you just stay consistent, then you will see results, because consistency is what builds physiques and builds strength. Because most people, they actually give up the gym and they give up working out in about usually 3 months. In 3 months, the majority of people give up exercising. They give up going to the gym. They give up training at all. Doesn't matter if they're training at home or not. They just give up entirely. But that is why most people, they don't achieve their results that they want. So stay consistent and push forward even through the hard days, and I know you'll make it.